Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's webinar. I am so excited to see you guys all jumping on. You can see my screen, and is my PowerPoint presentation now on your screen, most importantly. And I will start by sharing with you guys really quickly a little bit of background as to why we are taking this in a live webinar tonight, and what's, as everyone know, as you all know, it's unprecedented times here across the world. And I felt that it was really important in a time like this that you're all, that we are all rising up to spread our message and to shine and be online. And I feel that in a time like this, it's more important than ever before to be seen online, to be showing your marketing message to people, and and to rise up. So a little bit of background on me and what I do. I am the founder of Thrive and Shine Co. And I'm also the founder of Match Assist. When I first began my journey, a little bit of my backstory is I started off in marketing as an e-commerce social enterprise online store owner. So my first business, Match Assisters, is a social enterprise that gives back 50% of profit to human trafficked victims. And my message is to everyone to, understand what's going on in the world, and the fact that there is a lot of crazy things that happen that is unseen. And so I started a business called Match Assisters, selling ceremonial grade matcha powder online, and it took off through social media. In fact, I didn't spend a single cent on paid ads, and I was using Instagram and mostly Insta stories and Instagram posts to get my online store out there. And I discovered the art of social media. And as you can imagine, social media now is completely taking off. So I want to know, if you can leave me a comment, I would love to know, what business are you in? What kind of business are you in? So please leave me a comment and let me know, what's the industry or what's the business that you are in, and why online? So if you can leave me a comment and just type it in the chat box and share with everyone what kind of industry that you're in, what kind of offering that you have perhaps, and why online. So why is it important for you to be online in business? Awesome. So we've got marketing, branding, education. Cool. So for me, business is all about creating connections and building relationships. Business for me is about making a bigger impact than what I could do face to face, and it's about leverage. So it's about scaling and leveraging and being able to connect with others through offering a solution and delivering value. Most importantly, adding value, which is what Friska has just added. Hey Friska, welcome. Nice to see you. And it's something that doesn't have to be difficult. Like, I know that a lot of people find that social media is a jungle, and it absolutely is a bit of a jungle out there, but it doesn't have to be. And so tonight I'm going to help you pull back the curtains a little bit on social media, and I'm going to be going through with you strategies that have helped me to scale my business and allowed me to create a business that not only took me away from a full-time job that I wasn't enjoying, but it is something that allowed me to feel fulfillment and feel a sense of contribution, and making it obviously a greater impact and a faster impact by being online. So it's awesome to see your responses, guys. Photography, change management consulting, managing networking groups, growing people's online presence, trading MEP products for construction projects. I'd love to know, Bilal, what MEP products are. If you could educate me on that, that would be great. Women's transformation. Morella, you are amazing. Freedom coach, I love that. Transport company, awesome. And yeah, so good. So what I want to share with you tonight is how we can actually grow our brands and build more connections and build more organic reach online. So I'm going to be giving you guys the 7 pillars to social media tonight. And just a little bit of my background as to what I do normally when it's not COVID and 19 and we're not, you know, self-isolating and things like that. I am a Facebook marketing coach, a social media mentor, and I run workshops, and I'm a facilitator for business owners to rise up, to thrive and shine online. So in the past, I used to run a lot of workshops live in person, and I would do that from Melbourne, and a lot of the time I would you know, either go into a business and help them with their strategy, such as Jets Fitness Australia, when I did a lot of their workshops and training for their managers and all their you know, all you know, across Victoria. I help business owners to understand how to navigate the jungle of social media. So if you have any questions tonight, feel free to just holler, or, you know, if you have any thoughts around things or you're not sure about something, just leave me a message, and yeah, feel free to interact as much as you can. So now I also have a social media agency, and I help entrepreneurs scale their business online. So if you are losing money, or if you haven't started doing paid advertising yet, that is completely okay. Because what I'm going to share with you are strategies that don't actually require you to spend any money at all. So tonight you're actually going to learn free online social media marketing strategies. And I'm going to share with you at the end what I'm going to be talking about in my next online marketing webinar. So I'm actually going to be running these fortnightly now, as opposed to monthly, and they're going to take place here on Zoom. So if you are wanting to discover a bulletproof strategy, then you're in the right place. All right, so you guys are probably wondering, how many people are actually on social media today? And I want to share with you some stats in Australia, as well as some global stats. So those that are in Australia, at the moment, we are seeing that there is 16 million monthly active Australian users on Facebook, 15 million on YouTube. Even though I personally don't consider it a social media platform, I just wanted to share with you guys these stats. So on YouTube, it's 15 million. Instagram, it's 9 million. And on LinkedIn, it's 5.5 million and rising. So these statistics are rising. Around the world, we are seeing that at the moment, the active social media users is around the 3.8 billion mark. And it is growing very, very quickly. Social media has transformed the way we market in 2020. And as you can see, growth is staggering, and we are going to see continual growth as we transition to this online renaissance. So the numbers on each platform vary, and depending on what your niche and what you do, obviously that will change which platform you market in. But this is research that's been done by the Global Web Index. So you can see that at the moment, the total population, in terms of like 1 year change, it's been massive. So this is just showing us how much change there has been in the last year. So it's a lot of growth, and we're seeing that a lot of people are mostly using from their mobile phones as well. So, these are certain things that we've got to keep in mind when we are creating things like landing pages, creating things like campaigns. Understand that people are using mobile and social media more than ever before. Okay, so why are we using social media for business? If you can leave a comment in the chat box, that would be great. I'd love to know, like, why do you think social media is important for your business? And what kind of changes are you seeing? If you'd like to share, feel free. If not, that's fine as well. So social media for business is really important because of this online renaissance, because of the fact that we are seeing more and more people online than ever before. It is a way for you to gain more customers, and it's also a way for you to have instant connections and build online relationships, which is very, very powerful. A motto of mine is out of sight, out of mind. So if you are out of sight, people are most likely going to forget about your brand. They're going to forget that you exist because there is so much noise out there. So creating content regularly and consistently is quite important. So this is why at the moment we are seeing such tremendous growth online, and you can see that, you know, in the stats that I shared earlier, it's remarkable, like the amount of growth that we are seeing here and the way people are adapting to these changes, especially over the last 3 to 4 months, is remarkable. So a lot of people are thinking, well, you know, at the moment, times are tough. People aren't really spending as much as they did before. A lot of people have lost their jobs. Is it a good time to be spending money online, or should we be scaling back our marketing budget? So what I want to share with you is that right now is a time of opportunity. This is a time where there is a lot of opportunity that can be created online. So no matter what business you are in, whether you are in construction or whether you're in photography or whether you're in branding or marketing, now is a time to not to scale back and be out of sight. Now is a time to actually be in the forefront of social media, in the forefront of your potential customers and buyers, and actually showcasing your brand so that when they are ready to purchase from you again, when they are ready to come back and be a paid customer, or when they are thinking about who to go to, you pop into their mind. So now is actually a really important time to be scaling up as opposed to scaling back. The great thing about social media is social media allows for targeted reach. So if you look at platforms like Facebook, Facebook has insights on all of our digital activities. Facebook is absolutely remarkable. It knows, you know, your digital activity. It knows all about what your interests are, your browsing activity, everything that you can imagine the internet would understand about you, Facebook knows. So that makes it a really cool platform to be using and playing around with, because Facebook allows us to actually target our audience and pick and choose who we want to showcase our products, our services, and our offerings to. That's if you go down the paid ad route. Now tonight, I'm actually going to be talking more around organic reach. So tonight's webinar is more focusing on the 7 main pillars of organic reach. And so we're going to be talking more around how you can target your potential customers and clients and build your brand and showcase yourself online without all the spending and the marketing of paid ads and the Facebook Ads Manager. Social media is a really great platform for building your brand. So once your brand is well known, you are actually able to gain a lot more trust and credibility than if your brand was unseen, unheard, and if no one knew what your brand was about. So once you actually have credibility and you gain the trust from your potential buyers and from your potential customers, it actually allows you to charge your worth. So you're no longer competing with other people on price. Now that is really, really cool, because if you think about it, all the big brands out there like Apple and Nike and all that, they can charge whatever they want, and they've got like, you know, they're able to really upsell or you know, increase the margins perhaps on their products because they've got a very strong brand. So that's the strength of branding, and that's why it's really important that you are growing your business and thriving through social media marketing. Social media is a great way to generate leads, and if I could get you to take away one thing from tonight's webinar, I want you to understand this formula. More leads equal more sales. This is the simplest and the most reliable sales equation you could learn. More leads generated through online equals more potential sales. So grow your database through social media. This is what Thrive and Shine Co. is all about. So everything that I do with my clients, all the strategy sessions that I run with my clients, all the branding and marketing and all the workshops that I run, all of the masterminds that we have, it's all around this one formula. Okay, so this is one formula that I'd love for you all to write down. More leads equals more sales. Now, if you are generating leads already, and if you've already started to build your online digital database, that is awesome, because that's what I'm here to help you to do. That's what I really want you guys to all take away from tonight. And what we can do in order to do that is leverage the 7 pillars that I'm about to show you. Once you have leveraged that, you're actually going to find that you'll have a lot more conversions, and you'll also be able to reach a lot more people. So the other thing that I want to share tonight is that social media allows for larger, more immediate reach. So you actually get to have direct personal conversations with an audience of over 1.38 billion people. And that's through Facebook. I'm not talking about any other platform tonight. Tonight's webinar is Facebook centric. So Facebook has a really, really strong, it's a really strong platform. There is a lot of people on there. And you are able to actually connect with these people through Facebook Messenger as well. So a lot of people spend time on Facebook browsing and connecting with friends. Some people do it for business purposes, etc. But you've got to understand that Facebook is mostly created so that people can have a really genuine experience connecting with other people. So if there's one thing that Facebook is all about, that Mark Zuckerberg wanted when he created Facebook, it was for more people to have more genuine connections and relationships. So relationships are everything. And every relationship actually starts with a conversation. So this actually applies to LinkedIn as well as Instagram, and you know, it applies to all the different social media platforms. It's all about relationships. So from the moment you accept a friend request or you connect with someone on, for instance, when you're connecting with someone on LinkedIn, you go out and send them a connection request, right? The moment you accept that request, that is the very beginning of a brand new relationship. So that means that you are actually able to potentially create a long-term relationship with someone that will potentially do business with you. And that's all at your fingertips. Literally, I'm sure everyone's phone is probably within hand reach distance. And that's because everyone's on mobile at the moment. So it's all about relationships. So that's something that I really want you guys to take away as well from tonight. And the other thing is direct messaging is a powerful tool, because when you directly message someone now, you are able to send them voice messages as opposed to just text, and you can even send them a video message. So there's a little tip and a hack for you. If you ever receive a connection request from someone and you've got the time, send them a video message, because it is so heartwarming to receive that on the other side when the person has no idea who you are, what you're about. They're probably thinking that you're going to sell them something. And when they receive your direct message as a video, it's actually much more warming and much more easier to build, to build that trust. So the other reason why Facebook for Business is so awesome is because globally, almost 1 in 4 human beings are on Facebook. That is a lot of people. And as I mentioned before, 16 million active monthly Australian users are on Facebook. And that's means that there's a lot of potential to play with. Facebook is an amazing platform. I'd love to know who here came across this webinar on Facebook. Please leave me a comment below if you came across this webinar on Facebook, because I think a lot of you guys, I actually bet you either on Facebook or LinkedIn only in the last 2 months. So is Facebook B2B or B2C? This is a question that I get asked all the time. Facebook is actually neither B2B or B2C. So B2B is business to business, B2C is business to consumer. Facebook is actually neither business to business or business to consumer. Facebook is P2P, people to people. So Facebook is all about people. This is why we are on here, guys. This is why we are on this webinar, because business is about people, business is about relationships, and Facebook is the same. Treat Facebook just like you do your website, just like you do your business, and treat it like a way of meeting people as though it is real life conversations that you are having now. So this is the new way, and this is the way things are moving, and it's something that we have all most likely embraced. And if you don't embrace it, you're probably going to embrace it eventually. Whenever a new social media platform comes up, I'm always like, no, I'm not going to jump on. I've got too much going on, too many different platforms and apps and things like that. But eventually we all succumb to these platforms. So for me, I took on Facebook over 10 years ago, and I love it. I love the memories. I love being able to see what happened 5, 6, 7 years ago, and look at my friendships with certain people. And I love being able to see our friendship history of what we've posted on each other's walls and what images we've been tagged in. And it's just it's so cool to be able to have something where it holds all your memories and your photos and your relationships, and you can share about Mother's Day and what's happening in your business and wins, and deliver Facebook lives. So it's exactly, Patrina, it's about making meaningful connections and networking online. Okay, so the 7 pillars to growing your business on social media. Guys, this is where I would love for you to have your pen and your paper ready, or your notebook or your notepad ready, because these 7 pillars that I'm going to take you through is pretty much what I've been doing for the last, I don't know how long. It's something that works, and it's something that you don't have to reinvent. So you're probably going to hear some familiar things, and those that have been in business for a long time, you're probably going to see that there are some things that you already knew about Facebook, or that you already knew about social media. But these 7 pillars are a great tool for you to come back to whenever you're feeling a bit lost with the social media jungle. So pillar number 1 is pretty much all about Thrive and Shine. This is what my business Thrive and Shine is all about. It's about helping you identify your gifts and your talents. Every single one of us has hidden talents, and every single one of us has gifts. And it's your hidden talent that's actually hiding in your hard drive, in the back of your mind, that people need to know. It's actually your hidden talent, the thing that makes you really good at what you do, that makes you stand out from the crowd, that makes people want to ask you for coffee and pick your brain. that you need to be putting out online. So your hidden talent is your unique value proposition. Okay, it's your USP, it's your unique selling proposition. Your hidden gift is something that doesn't have to be perfect, and neither does your posts on social media. So your posts on social media don't have to be perfect. Are there any self-confessed perfectionists out there? I would love to know, are there any self-confessed perfectionists out there? Because for me, when I started this business, Thrive and Shine, I discovered that perfectionism does not exist. And it is something that not only holds us back, but it actually slows us down. So if you, yeah, Pauline, I totally get that. It really holds us back. Thank you guys. I'm so glad we're agreeing, because perfectionism used to be a standard for me. Like growing up in my household, it was always, it's either perfect or not, it's not good enough. And so I discovered that I had to really drop the pressure, drop the expectation, and just put on the mindset of done is better than perfect. So if you've never jumped online and created a marketing campaign, or if you've never posted a Facebook ad, or if you've never done something before that you really want to try, but you think it's too hard, all I have to say is that done is better than perfect. Okay, so get started. You're gonna, at the end of this webinar, I'm actually going to give you all my personal Calendly link, where you can all book in a 30-minute strategy session with me in a discovery call. And I'm actually going to help you guys create your own personalized strategy, if that is something that you need or that you want. If that's what you wanted to discover from tonight, that is something I'll be offering at the end of tonight. But basically what I want to share is that done is better than perfect. And don't feel like you have to know it all and be like this superstar marketer before you start marketing. Your business, your customers, your clients are waiting for you and your gifts and your talents to shine online. So rise up and keep thriving and shining and showing up. Okay, pillar number 2, have a profitable niche. I have for you right now some, these are my headlines that I have found from all these different places, and I've put together a few like examples of headlines for you, because your headline, and I'm going to talk a lot more about headlines and things like that in later webinars, but your niche is completely reliant on how well you write your copy and how well you write your headlines on social media. So if you have a profitable niche, and for instance, you're a sign maker, or maybe you have a business with trucks that deliver all across the, all across the country or the state or whatever. Maybe you have an online e-commerce store, like a little social enterprise like I did like 5 years ago. Or maybe you've got an at-home business. Maybe things have really changed up for you this year and you are now running your business from home. I don't know what stage you are at, and I really hope that everyone's business is going to thrive this year. But all I can say is that if you want to thrive, you have to be willing to be online, and you have to be willing to jump on the online bandwagon. I was speaking to a girl today who is actually a good friend of mine, and she started a business quite recently. And she was saying to me that she has a business selling cookies. So she's now just started her business not long ago selling cookies. But unfortunately, she cannot market herself because of what's happening with the current restrictions in the pandemic. Now, I told her something that she didn't actually realize. And tonight I actually shared with her and said, hey, did you know that even though you can't technically sell your cookies yet because you haven't got, you can't legally do that yet, you haven't got, all the certificates and all that, you can actually still be building your brand and using this time to build your brand online. And I shared with her a simple fact that even though your niche, even though your business, you might not be selling online yet, or you might not be even operating, you can still be thriving online, because people are still looking out for your brand. They are still scrolling. They are online more than ever before. So this is a great time to be online and showcasing your products and your services. So even if you aren't necessarily selling, or your products aren't ready yet, or your website or your e-commerce store hasn't been fully set up, you can still build the excitement around pre-launch by posting on social media and be sharing your story and showcasing your brand. So in order to do that, we need to make sure that we have a profitable niche. And that's, something that I do with my clients during our one-to-one sessions, identifying how to create your niche and how to make it profitable. All right, pillar number 3. Pillar number 3 is so important. Understand your ideal customer avatar better than you know yourself. This is something that I think it's probably one of the most challenging things that most business owners will go through. And it's probably one of the things that I go back to time and time again, even in my own business. And what I love about identifying my clients' customer avatars is that when they start to know who their avatar is, as in who their ideal customer is, so your avatar is actually like a person. It's actually a person with a name, with a particular demographic, with, agenda, hobbies, interests. So your avatar could be Sally, who's 22, who's just finished uni, who is now starting to look into, ways that she can, she might be wanting to publish her book online. So that's an avatar. You literally know, you need to know your avatar better than anything else. And when you understand your avatar's pain points and their needs and their desires, you can then speak to them, and you will be able to speak to them in a way that actually allows them to really connect with you and to connect with your irresistible offer. So if you speak to everyone, you end up speaking to no one. I don't know if anyone's ever heard this phrase before, but if you speak to everyone, your offer will end up speaking to no one. So understand your avatar and just speak to your avatar. Don't water down what you do, and keep understanding your avatar layer by layer by layer. Branding. Branding is so important. Branding is something that I absolutely bang on about all the time. In fact, I think when it comes to branding, one thing that I've discovered about like business and branding is that branding, like for a creative anyway, branding is probably one of the most fun and exciting outlets that we could have while we are running our business. So if you've ever been, if you've ever been kind of not that excited about business and not that excited about your brand, maybe you might want to look into your branding and your brand identity. Are the colors actually showcasing your brand's personality? Are the fonts, are the words that you use an actual reflection of you and your personality or your values? Your brand identity is just as important as the testimonials on your website and as the conversations that you have with people online. And it's also really good to be eye-catching and memorable and easily recognized. The next key is actually very similar to my previous point, and that's consistency. So what you need to have is consistency across all your platforms. So the branding on your Facebook posts and your Facebook page needs to be just as consistent as the branding that's on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on your website, on your business cards, on the cover of your podcast, as well as in flyers, etc. The eye-catchingness of your branding is a really great way for people to recognize your business and for your brand to be remembered. So keep it eye-catching and keep it consistent. The next point is really similar to the previous point as well, but it is consistency in your posting. So you need to have consistent posting. Regular, consistent posting is very, very important in times like these, because the more regular you are, the more the social media algorithms of Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram is going to start putting you at the top of the newsfeed and showing your content, your brand, your business to your customers and your clients. So post regularly, post at the right times. If you know when your avatar is online, post when they are online, and make sure that you are posting on the platform where you are able to connect with your avatar. I want to share with you guys a really quick story while we've got a little bit of time. And this is probably coming from a place of, I guess, vulnerability, because about a year ago, I was spending a lot of time on Instagram. And Instagram has always been, for me anyway, my favorite platform. I know that it might be surprising for some of you guys because, you know, my brand is very centered around Facebook and now LinkedIn. But Instagram was once one of my favorite ever platforms. And that's because for me, I'm a visual person. Like, I love visuals, and I used to be a photography student as well, and my first ever startup was actually a photography business that lasted about 6 months before I realized it was way too competitive and also not really something that I was enjoying. I was more enjoying it as a hobby than as a business. But I was posting regularly on Instagram a lot. And I remember at the time when I was very, very big on Instagram for my business, I was probably waking up every single day looking at my gram and looking at my newsfeed and commenting on people's posts and really growing my gram organically day by day by day. And I was posting content, like, I kid you not, that was so lengthy, and you know, a lot of it was very heart-centered. I posted mostly from you know, sharing my lessons of starting my business and sharing my experiences online. And what happened was, one day when I was sharing on stage, I was actually speaking at the Business Marketplace Expo at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne. And I remember that day very clearly. I was sharing about human trafficking and talking about, you know, what's going on across the globe, and actually the downfalls of social media and how that has led to quite a number of human trafficking cases across the world because of the lack of education in certain parts of the world. And I remember streaming this live on Instagram. I'm just going to have some water. So I was streaming this live on Instagram, and at the time we had, you know, I had lots of viewers live, and it was really exciting to see that people were actually tuning into this live, and I was really wanting to create this impact online. And what happened was, that night I went home and I lost everything on Instagram. I went home that night and I logged into my Instagram, and somehow my account no longer existed. And I remember spending months and months trying to recover this account. And it turned out, probably a few months later, it turned out I discovered why. At the time, my marketing agency was starting to grow, and I was starting to leverage external companies that were like in the US and different parts of the world to actually help me grow my gram. And what has happened is Instagram has taken up, literally deleted and removed a lot of these accounts that are relying on these external, like they call them agencies, but they're actually pretty much just bots trying to grow people's accounts. And I lost everything. And at the time I had 3,000 organic followers. This is literally just followers. Yeah, it was very painful, Mirella. Thank you. This is literally followers that were people that like followed me for my stories and my inspirations and my quotes and my grid, which was, you know, really, I was a perfectionist as well. So I made it all like perfectly done and it all connected and it was like white, pink. And it was, you know, this really pretty grid and I lost it all. And so one thing I've discovered from that lesson, and I really hope that this never, ever, ever happens to anyone, is that if you are posting on a particular platform, you should be posting on all of them. You should really spread your content out. I was very, very lucky that I posted a lot of that stuff on my Facebook page as well. And I've now used this time to create my new grid, which is Thrive and Shine Co. So if any of you are on Instagram, feel free to follow at Thrive and Shine Co. and check out my new Instagram grid layout. I actually really love it. And I don't post as regularly on there anymore. And I've definitely seen a slowdown in the algorithm. It's way, way, way more competitive than it ever was before. I remember 10 years ago, or 9 years ago, when I first leveraged Instagram for my photography, I would get like 65 new followers and like all these likes literally within hours of posting a photo and using the right hashtags. Whereas now the market is getting more and more competitive. So hashtags are very, very competitive online. So I'm going to talk about all this in Instagram a bit more later, but just understand that you shouldn't just post on one platform. You should really post on all three if your brand is on all three, and make sure that your branding is consistent across all three platforms. All right. Irresistible offer is something that really helped you solve a problem in the market. Having an irresistible offer is about understanding your avatar's needs and wants and solving a problem for it. The third platform that I was talking about is LinkedIn. So Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So create a product or create a service solution that actually solves the problem in the market. That's something that we have to be really aware of. It's that whatever your offer is, it's not about the product. It's not about the solution. It's not even about the brand. It's actually about the customer. It's about what they need and what they are looking for. So it's about creating an offer that really meets them at their needs. And lastly, your marketing funnel. This is the most important of the 7 pillars to social media marketing. Having a marketing funnel is going to allow you to create loyal customers, and it's going to scale and build your brand. And the way to do that is there's actually quite a number of steps that is involved. It does start with awareness and it leads to interest. And then, you know, people that had no awareness of you become interested in your regular, consistent posting. And from there, people then go into the decision-making mode. So the more they go into your funnel, the closer they are to taking action, to purchasing from you. It's really important to understand that your marketing funnel is something that doesn't get built overnight, and it is something that you do not have to have to a T just yet, unless you have already started doing things like growing your brand, generating leads, you know, building your database and all that. If you're already building a database and if you are already at the point where your business is ready to thrive, then we're going to talk a lot more about this, and we can talk about this in our one-to-one sessions. But for those that haven't started creating their marketing blueprint, which most of the people that start with me first, that's the thing that they work on first. It's a marketing blueprint. But if you haven't started your marketing blueprint, that's okay. Just understand that we are going to talk a lot more about the marketing funnel, and you'll see a lot more of that on, some of my lives and things like that. But the marketing funnel is the pivotal part of your business. And this is something that you really, really have to understand and nail in order to scale your business past whatever market is that you're at. So say, for instance, if your business is always at 6 figures and you're trying to crack through the 6-figure mark, and maybe you're making 150K a year and your aim is 180 or 190, and you're really trying to crack through it, then this is where I come in and I help you work on scaling your business, because your business cannot scale without a really solid marketing funnel. And that's going to involve automations. That's going to involve some techie stuff that we're going to talk about in, later conversations. But just understand that the marketing funnel is a really great way for you to start getting your social media marketing to a place that's going to grow your business. All right, guys. So those are my 7 key tips. And the other thing I wanted to share is that you need to educate and inform your market rather than direct selling to them. So a lot of your posts should be more educational at the moment as opposed to direct selling, because of what's happening across the globe. And if you wanted to, start offering people an offer or a solution online, then you need to really create that, awareness, that interest, and get people to make a decision and take action around working with you. So tonight I'm very, very excited because I am going to be offering you guys an invitation to join me in my really powerful Thrive and Shine mentoring program, which has helped tons of business owners rise up to scale their brands and their businesses online. So I'm actually inviting you tonight to get coached and mentored personally by me. And you're also going to receive updates as well as strategy and reviews and feedbacks on your branding and the consistency of your marketing on your social media platforms. And I'm also going to be sharing with you guys at the end an audit, which is something that is available for you tonight for those that would like it for their businesses. So the first thing I wanted to share is that I have 3 different types of memberships for those that are not yet part of the Thrive and Shine tribe. The Thrive and Shine memberships are a great way to get started with me without needing to spend a lot of money. So I've got the silver membership, which starts at $97 per month, and that gives you full membership access to my online members area, as well as access to my personal email accounts. And the gold membership is the membership that includes phone access to me. So this is the membership that will allow you per month to join my online members area, to have access to my monthly mentoring sessions, my monthly masterminds, as well as my Facebook Lives where I share tips and tricks to social media. And you can get all that with my phone so that you can contact me when you've got questions or WhatsApp me and things like that. And that's the gold membership. That's at $197 AUD per month. So these are all in Australian dollars. And then the platinum membership will also allow you to have monthly mentoring sessions with me, included with the online members area access, as well as access to reaching me at any point when you've got questions and you need solutions. So the first offer that I've got tonight is what I mentioned earlier is my silver membership. So that's where you get the mastermind. We have our monthly Zoom meetings. You get my tips and tricks to all the social media hacks that I have around Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and growing the gram, for instance, or creating a really eye-catching grid, and my feedback and things like that. And you get unlimited access to my online members area, which actually includes a lot of information around videos and how to create landing pages, how to write copy, for your social media pages, how to create lead magnets, what to do when it comes to Instagram, or tips on how to thrive online and create your own online members area. And these are all things that I'd love for you guys to be able to do yourself as well. So it's all stuff that I've done before, that I've done in my own business and with my clients. And it's also ways for you to, be able to create your own funnel and things like that. So the Zoom meetings are really, really fun. And when we run our masterminds, you're going to actually get a Zoom meeting with me and my mastermind once a month. So it's really awesome. And we go through these topics, lots of knowledge bombs and, worksheets that you'll get. And it's just a great way for you to thrive online. The next part is my invitation for you to join me and receive a 1-hour branding and strategy session with me. So that is only $197 a month. So you'll get the online members area access, you'll get access to my Zoom meetings, my mastermind, as well as the 1-hour branding and strategy session with me to go over your 3 different platforms. So the final invitation, the other thing that I've got is an Instagram and Facebook audit. Now, this comes alongside the branding and strategy session, as well as the access to my Thrive and Shine Academy. So it's actually worth the most out of all 3. If you added up the value, it's around like $1,400 and something. And for today only, for today, and for those that want to take this up, I will obviously extend this across the week, and I'll be able to offer that to you until the end of the week. But for those that have joined me tonight, for those that are watching this webinar, or if you're watching the replay and you weren't able to join me live, you will get this for 497 Australian dollars. That is awesome value, and that's going to help you discover the Facebook and Instagram pages, the branding solutions that I've got, and also allow you to access my online members area and my Zoom sessions. So the mastermind will be a really great way for us to all connect even more, and for you to be able to pick each other's brains and get creative, and also learn from other business owners and get their ideas around input and ideas around your business. So the thing about the Thrive and Shine tribe that I love is that every single person in the tribe is very heart-centered. It's like we're all one giant family. So it's always been a real thrill for me. It's a real, I guess for me, a real privilege to be able to do this and share this with you guys, because I love bringing the tribe together, and I love seeing the way you all share with each other and give each other honest feedback. And although we can't do that in a workshop or in a cafe in Melbourne, we can now do that on Zoom. So, which is awesome, because that means that we can do this from all over the world. So guys, I hope that you've all learned so much from tonight. Thank you so much for those that have joined me live. I just want to stress that it's really important. If you can take away one thing from tonight, I think the most important thing that you need to take away is that Facebook and social media is all about branding and people. It's all about relationships. Thank you, Pauline. It's really, really nice to have you on here. Social media is all about people, and it is something that is going to allow you to really get to know your niche and your market. So I'm offering you guys tonight to be able to, I'm offering you guys the opportunity to chat with me over a 30-minute call. And I've just posted in the chat box a link to my Calendly. So what I actually want you guys to do, for those that have joined me on this live webinar, is copy that Calendly link that I've just posted in the chat box and paste that into your browser, and to actually book in a 30-minute discovery call with me. So it's actually a discovery call. I've got here a power chat, but the power chats that I have are normally about 15 minutes. Whereas what I'm actually offering you guys tonight is a discovery session where we can talk about the different ways that we can work together. And we can also talk about like how I can help you and move you up in the social media algorithm so that you can grow your business and, you know, move forwards and upwards, because that is a very courageous thing that you guys are doing. And I know that at the moment, as it's an unprecedented time, it's really important that you move forward and you move upwards and onwards and stay courageous. So book a discovery session with me. It goes for half an hour. I'll give you some recommendations. I'll give you feedback on your Instagram layout, your Facebook page, the consistency of your branding. And we'll also talk about how we can work together as well during that call. And then what I'd love for you guys to do is to add or connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and feel free to send me a direct message. My next webinar is going to be on Monday, the 25th of May. It's at 7 p.m, so same time in 2 weeks. And I'm going to be talking about how you can be seen as a leading global influencer and thrive and shine on social media. So we are going to go through in more depth and in more detail how you can rise up to thrive and shine online. So guys, thank you so much for joining me, and it's been great to have you all on. Awesome, Edward, awesome. Hey, that's so cool, thank you. And I hope that you all have a really wonderful week and have a fabulous evening. Enjoy your dinner if you haven't had dinner. And I'll speak to you guys really soon. Thanks again for joining, and have a good night.